cold. I'm gonna put on Ken's shirt. In December of 2023, and I was in Louisiana during the winter. And I remember it being cold, but I just don't remember it being this cold. There's so many questions that I have about like postpartum stuff. It's kind of like after having a kid, you're like, what has happened to my system? Like everything's just out of whack. Your hormones are out of whack. Your weight is out of whack. Like everything's just out of whack. So I'm still waiting to get normal. Oh, and she's awake. So thank you guys so much for watching my very boring live. Appreciate all of you guys, and I'll try and do more lives more often when I can. Sorry. I'm cold. I'm gonna put on.
And like, no, Gypsy, you're out of whack. You're literally out of whack, Gypsy. You are. Y'all, I'm sorry. You have to play them funny videos sometimes when you go to talking about something about Gypsy because if you don't, I swear, like, the things she does, like, ends up irritating you so bad or pissing you off so bad because it's like you just want to punch that new nose of hers, you know? I mean, not that I'm saying I would do that. Not just putting that out there. I would not do that. I'm just saying it makes you want to, okay? I'm sure y'all felt the same at times. For entertainment and educational purposes only, please do your own research. Sorry, y'all. Welcome to Night Combos. It's Lovey here. Hubby's downstairs laying on the couch, actually, resting because he got done having a long day today, and so he's resting. So I came upstairs to do this video. But thank you so much to all of our subscribers and all of our new subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing and joining our family and channel here. We greatly appreciate every single one of you so very much. We're trying to reach 3,600 by the end of next month. So if you're not already, please make sure you subscribe, like, share, hit the notification bell, all of the things, and we would greatly appreciate it so much. Also, please leave your thoughts and opinions about this video and about Gypsy period, whatever you want to talk about in the comment section down below, and we'll be conversating with y'all like always, and we would greatly appreciate it. But for real though, Gypsy irritates me, y'all. It's just sometimes, sometimes she just does certain things, you know, and it's just irritating. Or it's just like, and if it's not irritating, then it's like, are we in a Twilight Zone? Like, seriously? Are we in a Twilight Zone? What is going on? Like, what? And you just have no words, and you're just like, really? Okay, well, okay. Twilight Zone it is, I guess, you know? Like, there's nothing else to say. But we fixing to talk about her, y'all. We fixing to talk. Let's talk. Sorry, y'all, for my little rant, but, you know, sometimes you just gotta be real. I mean, you know, we're always real with y'all. Y'all know that, but sometimes you just gotta be real, you know? And sometimes the real is like we're just living in a Twilight Zone with Gypsy out here on these streets. With Gypsy out here on these streets. For real, y'all. But anyway, Jumping over here to TikTok, I want to show y'all a video that we're going to talk about. And we got so much more to talk about, though, that hubby and I is going to do in a video for y'all tomorrow, and also post chapter 14 of the book the night that she unalived her mom and stuff. We're going to be talking about that and everything in a video as well. So anyway, we still have several more things coming today, this evening, and tomorrow as well. So make sure y'all have y'all's notifications turned on for those, because y'all aren't going to want to miss them. But y'all, Girly Pop got a freaking free golf cart, which most of y'all may have heard of by now. But yeah, and they stuck a Gypsy Rose sticker on it and trying to sell it, even though she grifted it and got it for free. And when I guess not grifted it, she was just she got it for free, plain and simple. And now they're trying to sell it for like a really high price, simply because, oh my gosh, Gypsy drove it. So I guess maybe they're hoping one of her crazy stands will show up at their house to buy it. And maybe that's what they get, you know. Maybe that's what'll happen, and maybe that's what they get, you know. They'll have to deal with a crazy stand. But who knows? But, you know, she done bought a car and everything. She's out here driving on the road. So don't go to Louisiana, everybody. You know, or if you're already in Louisiana, you know, I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. I don't know what else to say. I'm just sorry, y'all. But really, we're going to talk about all that in a different video. But in this video, we're going to talk about a little bit more serious things that she really deserves to be called out on. But I'm going to play the video for y'all and then show y'all a couple things, and then we'll come back to the video to look at those things that we talk about. It'll make sense in a minute. But let me play this video for y'all.
I don't want to go through my whole life being the girl that murdered her mother. Now let's see what I do with my life. Oh, it feels so weird being in a car.
Yeah, you're free. Made it. Gypsy's home.
I have my freedom now. It's new to me. We consummated our marriage.
Do you want kids right away?
Kind of like a little Cinderella moment. The attention on social media. Oh my God. I'm not used to it at all. Okay. I was engaged once before to Ken. I loved him so much.
Hey, you. Ken came to visit. I wake up to the next day, I see them get matching tattoos.
Sometimes I just think that I would be happier somewhere else. I want a divorce. I'm gonna be with Ken. I am late on my period.
Gypsy texts me and says she was pregnant. Well, who's the father? How much more rough could it get? We'll figure it out.
I'm happy again, and I don't want to do anything to mess it up. I don't want to go through my whole life being...
Okay, so let me show y'all a couple things. First of all, we ain't even gonna go into the comment section because I could spend hours, agreeing with some of the comments that were left, but that have now been deleted. But Gypsy, Dip Gyp, is not in the comment section lately, y'all. And she's done posted a few videos on her Instagram page, and she ain't up in them comments in any of those videos. Seriously, she's not. And I'm really thinking, and y'all let me know what y'all think, but like, I'm really thinking it's because she knows the last season of her show, since Lifetime dropped her, the last season of her show is fixing to air, and her PR team is working overtime, y'all, to be all up in these comments and deleting everything and keeping everything nice and clean and perfect, and congratulations, and oh my gosh, I love you so much. Will you be my best friend? Do you know who Gypsy Rose Blanchard is? No, you don't. You're young and dumb, and not being mean. I'm really not saying that in a mean way, but I mean, y'all get what I'm saying. When you're young, you can be dumb sometimes, or not know any better, and that's what most of these teenage girls are. They don't know any better. They think Gypsy is a celebrity. They don't know that she unalived her mother and planned it for 2 years. You know, they don't know all these things about her. So some of y'all have seen the few videos we've done talking about Gypsy's lying and doing an analysis on her. And, you know, we're not professional, you know, lie analyst, you know, people or anything like that, you know, do this as a profession or anything like that. But like you learn a lot of stuff like that taking psychology in college. You'll learn a lot about that, and you'll learn about looking for clusters of things that people do when they're watching something. Like she was just watching the recap of her first season of the documentary, and the second and last season is what's fixing to be coming out in March, that we're doing our best to work on airing for y'all, to show y'all, so that no money goes into their pocket, because she doesn't need any more blood money to be buying any more new cars, because she's already done that and all of that. She doesn't need any blood money of any kind anymore. None of them do. They don't need any more of it. Okay? And we're not giving them the views and all of that. So, yeah, we're working on that so that we can all watch that and see that and talk about it and have discussions, hopefully live discussions about it, with, you know, without giving them any more money or views, like I was saying. But y'all have seen the videos where we were analyzing her lies, and you don't want to look for just one particular thing in someone. You want to look for like multiple things or a cluster of things that they do, you know, while talking or while watching a video. Like Gypsy was just watching that recap. She done so many different things, facial expressions. First of all, she knew she was being recorded, so keep that in mind. She knew she was being recorded, so she was keeping that mindful as she was recording herself reacting to this, okay? And then while reacting to this recap using facial expressions, you could tell she was lying about her facial expressions, about the way she really felt, because of the certain things that she was showing through her facial expressions. So this first thing says, when trying to identify if someone is lying based on facial expressions, look for signs like rapid blinking, flared nostrils, lip biting, or like when someone, you know, puts their, like when you put your lips together and kind of curl your lips inward, or, you know, or like you just kind of hold your lips in between your teeth, you know, type thing. A slight facial flush, you know, so her face getting flushed slightly. Furrowed brows, like moving your brows a certain way or scrunching your brows up, you know. Avoiding eye contact, darting eyes. That's more or less like if someone's talking to your face and their eyes are just kind of darting all over the place. A forced smile or a forced frown. It can also be a sign of deception and lying about the way you're feeling about something that you're watching or seeing. That, and, you know, all of these things that doesn't reach a forced smile, or a forced smile that doesn't reach the eyes, but also a forced frown, or a sudden change in facial expression when discussing a sensitive topic, which sensitive topics were just discussed. So we're going to look back at it in just a second. So like eye contact, avoiding eye contact or excessive prolonged eye contact can be a sign of discomfort or deception. Micro expressions, brief fleeting facial expressions, like a quick frown or a raised eyebrow, can reveal underlying emotions like anxiety or discomfort, and also lying. Mouth movements, lip biting, pursed lips, or a forced smile can indicate nervousness or deception, also a forced frown. Brows, furrowed brows, or raised eyebrows can show stress or uncertainty. Nostrils, flaring nostrils can be a sign of heightened emotion, often associated with lying. Blinking, rapid blinking. Y'all look for these certain things when we go back through here. But rapid blinking or excessive blinking can indicate discomfort or anxiety because they're lying about their emotion, especially when they're not talking. So like Gypsy's not talking in this video. She's using only facial expressions to react to this recap video. So you really have to pay attention to these facial expressions. And then context matters. Interpreting facial expressions should be done in context with the situation and the person's usual behavior, which we've seen her usual behavior, in her lives and stuff. Okay, and then I just wanted to show y'all this one last thing real quick. To tell if someone is lying by watching their facial expressions on a video, look for signs like rapid blinking, furrowed brows, a tense jaw, inconsistent smiles, dilated pupils, lip biting, or like I was explaining, the curling the lips inward, flaring nostrils, sudden facial changes, avoiding eye contact, and a lack of natural facial expressions. A lack of natural facial expressions that usually accompany the story they're telling, or in this case, the story they're watching, because she's watching her own story. However, it's important to remember that not everyone displays these signs when lying, and observing body language and other cues alongside facial expressions is crucial for accurate assessment, and also clusters of these things happening all at one time. And even though, let me just say, this is kind of a side note, even though in her most recent live that she done, she was saying that she was going to go to cosmetology school, and she was going to, go to school for something and, get like a real job somewhere and stuff. I don't think that. And I'll show y'all the reason for that at the end of this video. And it's a poll that she posted. And we'll look at the results of those that poll at the end of this video. But let's look back at the video real quick for just a second.
I don't want to go through my whole life being the girl.
So just right off the bat, she's looking at her mom and her as a little girl, looking at this picture. Watch her eye movement, watch her mouth movement, and remember the flaring of the nostrils. But watch the blinking.
I don't want to go through my whole life being the girl that murdered her mother. Now let's see what I do with my life.
So y'all see what she just did with the corner of her mouth? And remember, like, watching her down here, her facial expressions. But how she just kind of curled the corner of her mouth in, that's like another one. She was just sitting there blinking kind of quickly because she knows what she done to her mom. She knows that she unalived her mom. She knows she planned the unaliving of her mom. She knows that she was, in our opinions, involved in the unaliving of her mom. She knows what really happened, and she knows that she's been lying about it. So y'all notice the rapid blinking, the excessive blinking, because you'll notice in other parts of the video she doesn't blink that much, but during that she was blinking. And then she goes to curl in her lip, like trying to put a false expression on her face. Like, oh, I hate what happened to my mom, but it had to happen. You know, in Gypsy's words, it had to happen though, you know, which y'all will see in chapter 14 of the book, the things that she says about the unaliving. And that night, that very night, is what chapter 14 is. And it's not going to be a very long video of us going over chapter 14, but still, it's very important. Y'all really should, you know, even if y'all haven't been following along with the book, y'all should watch that video tomorrow evening. But her curling in her lip, the side of her lip like that, or, you know, or curling up the side, the corner of her lip like that, like, I hate that happened to my mom. False expression. Like, it's a false emotion. But also watch her eye movement and the nostril flaring.
Life. Oh, it feels so weird being in a car.
Yeah, you're free.
She knows it doesn't feel weird being in a car. And it was good because she's been in a car lots of times. Yeah, it may have felt a little weird at first when she first got picked up from prison. But, you know, her nostrils were flaring. And then she kind of gives a little false grin.
Made it. Gypsy's home.
I have my freedom now. It's new to me. We consummated our marriage.
Do you want?
Y'all notice she's not blinking as much as she was in the beginning.
Kids right away. Kind of like a little Cinderella moment. The attention on social media. Oh my God. I'm not used to it at all. I was engaged.
Okay, y'all heard that. The attention on social media, I'm not used to it at all. Y'all, all she did those 8 years in prison was do interviews with Dr. Phil and other people. She done interviews. She was on TV, you know, she was writing her book. She was, you know, talking to producers and doing interviews with Melissa Moore, you know, talking to her in prison and, you know, all of that. Constantly doing interviews and stuff. She was doing all of that. So y'all notice she just curled her lips in. I'm going to back it up just a little bit. Watch her.
I was engaged once before
See that?
to Ken. I loved him so much.
Hey, you. Ken came to visit. I wake up to the next day, I see them get matching tattoos.
Sometimes I just think that
Ken came to visit. Okay, right when he was saying that, it showed Gypsy running up and jumping on Ken, hugging him, right? And she was smiling. And then all of a sudden, it went to Ryan saying, and then I woke up to them having matching tattoos. And she tried to all of a sudden frown real quick. And you can see that her nostrils are flared. You can see the corners of her mouth are curled.
I would be happier somewhere else. I want a divorce.
There goes the nostril flaring and her trying to, you know, curl the corners of her mouth out and tilt her head to try to be like, oh, I need to act sad in this moment.
I'm gonna be with Ken. I am late.
Closing her eyes tightly like that. It shows deception and emotion. It's showing that she didn't really feel sad. She didn't really feel bad about what she did. It proves that in all these expressions that she's making at one time.
On my period.
Gypsy texts me.
She kind of acts like, oh well. Like you can see right here, she curled her lips in and then brought them back out, and you can kind of see just a little bit right down here at the bottom of her mouth. She's kind of pushing her tongue in on the inside of her mouth. Even though her mouth's closed, she's kind of pushing her tongue into the bottom of her bottom lip. She's pushing her tongue, you know, out towards her bottom lip. That's a sign of deception as well. She's wanting to smile right here, but remember, y'all, she's got to keep with her story of this pregnancy was not planned. So therefore she can't smile. She's got to be like, well, it happened, oopsie, it happened.
That she was pregnant. Well, who's the father? How much more rough could it get?
Y'all see that little eye roll she did when Ryan said, she called me and said she was pregnant. And I said, well, who's the father? And then all of a sudden, Gypsy, rolled her eyes and looked up in the corner of her eyes, like looked up in the upper corner, and rolled her eyes and then kind of curled her lips, She's lying through her emotions.
We'll figure it out.
I'm happy again, and I don't want to do anything to mess it up.
Now that was actually real.
I don't want.
That was the one honest moment of her life, probably. Okay, when the Lifetime producer asked her it was the very last episode of the last season, the season 1 of her documentary, the last episode, when the producer asked her, what would you do if Ken left you now that you're pregnant, and she started boo-hoo crying hard, boo-hoo crying, I finally got it back and I don't want to mess it up, whining and crying to the producer. That is probably the only time she's ever truly been honest in her life, because she is infatuated with Ken. She has to have him. And without Ken, she doesn't know what to do. And when Ken tries to leave or break up with her or something, she goes to boo-hoo crying, breaking down, flipping out and everything. So y'all don't get upset with me, but with the things I just kind of pointed out throughout the video while pausing it, I'm going to let it play through. It's only a minute long. I'm going to let it play through just one more time so that y'all can try to see it for yourselves. After going over what we read and after the things that I was showing you, the nostrils flaring, the corners of her mouth curling up, her lips curling inward, her eyebrows, the way she done, and the rapid blinking. Remember the rapid blinking, especially at the beginning, and then notice how she's not doing that much blinking in other parts of the video. Keep that in mind. Keep all those things in mind.
I don't want to go through my whole life being the girl that murdered her mother. Now let's see what I do with my life. Oh, it feels so weird being in a car.
Yeah, you're free. Baby, Gypsy's home.
I have my freedom now. It's new to me. We consummated our marriage.
Do you want kids right away?
Kind of like a little Cinderella moment. The attention on social media. Oh my God. I'm not used to it at all. Okay. I was engaged once before to Ken. I loved him so much.
Hey, you. Ken came to visit. I wake up to the next day, I see them get matching tattoos.
Sometimes I just think that I would be happier somewhere else. I want a divorce. I'm gonna be with Ken. I am late on my period.
Gypsy texts me and says she was pregnant. Well, who's the father? How much more rough could it get? We'll figure it out.
I'm happy again, and I don't want to do anything to mess it up.
Okay, hopefully y'all seen some of those signs. If y'all didn't, y'all can, back the video up a little bit to see those signs that I was pointing out to y'all of her lying and stuff. Her, kind of tossing her head to the side when it came to the Ryan thing, and her telling him that she was pregnant. She knows that she, posted positive pregnancy tests to her Facebook page just for him to see. And then he questioned her about it, and she said, oh, well, I was hacked. And then it wasn't a week or two later, and she was saying, oh, I'm pregnant. And he's asking, well, who's the father? Because like Ryan said in that last episode of last season, they were trying to get pregnant. She was trying to get pregnant with Ryan. She hopped off of his D that was fire, apparently, and hopped right on to Ken's D, trying to get pregnant. Within the same dead blame month. That's nasty, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. But y'all let me know y'all's thoughts, and opinions in the comment section down below. Let us know what y'all think. But real quick, let's look at that poll. So Gypsy posted this, which was the part of Ken talking about finding out Gypsy was pregnant and him, doing his fingers on the bed, like he was playing a piano or something, tapping his hands along the bed back and forth, saying, "Oh, I wish she would have gotten through her divorce before she got pregnant." And all. Well, you should have wore a condom too, Kenny boy. But we know from Cowboy Bear and also your ex Steve, allegedly, that you don't like to use condoms. So, but maybe you should have when having sexual relations with a schmurderer. Just another opinion I'm throwing out there at y'all.
When I found out that Gypsy was, it was a very shocking experience. I wish that she had gotten through this divorce process before this happened, because this isn't it's not a good look for me. It's not a good look for her.
For me, like, I'm labeled.
Okay, so this was the poll that she posted. I'm planning new content for next month. What would you love to see more of? Not you. Not you. But that's not an option. She didn't put that as an option. So nobody could choose that, Nobody could choose, not you, Gypsy. Nobody could choose that. It was between fashion, hair, food, or hauls. I guess clothing hauls or something. I don't know. Groceries. I don't know. Hauls, okay? But hauls. That's all I know. Hauls of some sort. It probably ain't grocery hauls because she don't know how to grocery shop. But, she knows how to order stuff online, though. So maybe that's what she meant. More than likely, that is what she meant. So anyway, we went in to see what the poll was saying. And here's what it's showing. 20% of people voted for fashion, 11% of people voted for hair, 31% of people voted for food, 38% of people voted hauls. So, yeah, are you trying this influencer thing again? Because you knew you were lying to us in your most recent live, which we do have posted on our channel for those of you who may not have seen it, when she said she was going to go to cosmetology school and get some kind of education. She wanted to further her education and get some kind of trait of some kind or career of some kind. But now because she said, I tried the influencer thing and that didn't really work out for me so well. Yeah, and it never will, Gypsy. You're being ditzy, you really are, in my opinion. Just, that's my personal own opinion. For educational and entertainment purposes only. But really, like, is she trying this influencer thing again? I mean, she already knows it's not going to work. Why is she doing this, y'all? What do y'all think? I mean, I really, truly think, in my opinion, it's so that she never has to work a real 9-to-5 job or a real 12-hour shift job. Seriously. I mean, because that's like hubby works 12-hour shifts. I work 12-hour shifts. Being in the medical field, most jobs in the medical field are 12-hour shifts, in nursing or in, nursing assistant work. I wouldn't say most jobs in the medical field, but a lot of them are 12-hour shifts. But regardless, and then in other fields, in other careers, it's 12-hour shifts as well, So anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave y'all's thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. We would greatly appreciate it. We really want to know what y'all think of all of this. And don't forget to turn your notification bells on, because we're going to have some videos coming out tomorrow about even more stuff that she's been doing here lately and that's been going on that is just like really Twilight Zone type of thing, okay? Like, really, it's like really, seriously. But y'all have to wait until tomorrow evening for those videos. But anyway, And we'll also be talking about the night she unalived her mom in that part of her book tomorrow as well. So make sure you have your notifications on. If you're not already, please make sure you subscribe, like, share, hit the notification bell. Share this video, all of the things. We would greatly appreciate it so very much. And we hope y'all have a good night and God bless. Bye.